Cześć, tu Ewa. Witam Was w 4. odcinku mojego podcastu, w którym przeprowadziłam rozmowę z Emiliano Canseco, z meksykańskim artystą malującym tatuaże z henny. Jeśli jesteście ciekawi, jak wygląda sztuka mehendi w Meksyku, jak to jest być mężczyzną w hennowym świecie oraz jak wygląda taka praca, to zapraszam Was do przesłuchania tego odcinka. So, hi.
Hi, how are
It's
you?
very nice to see you in my podcast. For our listeners, I'm speaking today with Emiliano Canseco. He's a henna artist from Mexico. We met actually last year when I've been in Mexico in travel, and I already had a pleasure to wear your henna on my hand. It was so cool. I have these pictures everywhere, so if you guys want to see it, it's on my Instagram already. But Emmy, please tell me something about you and my listeners. Anything you want to. What are you doing in life? Who are you?
Okay, first I want to thank you for inviting me to your podcast. It's amazing to be here. And by here, I mean here in Mexico and you in Poland. It's so cool. And well, I've been a henna artist for around 5 or 6 years now. I live in Cancun and it's amazing living here. I'm 20 years old. I started my henna journey when I was around 15. And it's been one very, very fun experience to be able to create and learn and just meet so many amazing henna artists and clients around the world like you. So yeah, it's very, very, very cool.
Oh, that's very nice. And it was very early start because 15, it's a young person, right?
Yeah.
I started when I was 25, so 10 years later.
But that's okay. I think that the universe just works things out, and it has like this very perfect plan for each and every one of us. So for me, it's never too late to start something or never too early. It just happens like in the right moment.
Yeah, that's true. I also telling these people, if you won't start, you will not know if you like doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me how your job looks like, because I know already that you're doing henna for a living, and I'm interested how it looks like in Mexico. What are you doing exactly?
Okay, I work for this amazing henna company called Lotomendi, and it's been super, super fun. I started when I was like around 17 years working with them, and it was super fun actually, because here we work at hotels in like all the Cancun, Playa del Carmen, and Puerto Morelos, Riviera Maya area, and they actually don't let like underage people work with them. So they told me like, no, you have to tell them that you're 18, or they would like smuggle me, and like they would tell them like he's 17, but we're saying he's 18, so I could work there, right? So I couldn't like get so much into as many events as I do now, but it was really, really fun. And now we're like super busy, especially that since COVID, because everyone had like to push their weddings like to this year. So this month we've been like very, very busy, but it's super fun actually, just to see so many people, so many different cultures like get here and vacation, but also like for the weddings and getting to know us. It's really cool actually.
Okay, so you are doing only the big events and the weddings, or also the individual clients as well?
Well, with Lodomendi, I only do like the events, since they are the one who make all of the contracts and stuff, and that I don't want to do actually, because it's super difficult for someone as me that I have college. But normally I would take like personal appointments and other things on the side, just to like to Yeah, for a couple extra money too.
Mm. Yeah, I understand. Okay, and you mentioned that you have opportunity to meet people from other countries as well. So I understand that your clients are not only Mexican people, but some other as well. Is that correct?
Yes, normally at the events we meet obviously like Indian people or people who have henna in their cultures, but they also like invite people from all over the world, from London, from Ukraine we've had, from Paris, from Marrakech, like every country in the world, Australia even. So
Oh.
I've met so many people that it's really cool to be like in the middle of so many different people that have different customs and languages even.
Yeah, yeah. We met like this actually, so that was great. But would you say that Mexican people like henna or they are not interested in henna?
I mean, from my experience, they do like henna, but that's something that it's like not painful for me, but it's like I wish it would be better because normally when people think of henna here in Mexico, they think like of the toxic black henna and things that you get in on the beach and when you are vacationing, not like something that has like a cultural meaning to some cultures, like the Indian or the Pakistanis or African cultures, right? So they only think like, oh, I want to get a butterfly, I want to get like the Instagram hands and things like that, no? But with the black henna. And when you actually tell them, hey, henna is not black, it's supposed to be brown and it's natural, they get like, no, I want the black henna, even if they know that it can cause harm to them.
Oh, okay, yeah, I understand. It's actually quite the same in Poland. That's why I'm doing this stuff in internet about henna, because I want to tell people that they should pay attention what they're wearing on the skin, because they can actually hurt them or sometimes even kill them.
Yes.
Yeah, so actually when I was in the Cancun or the Playa del Carmen, I don't remember now, I was able to see some stages with black henna and I was like, not nice.
Yeah.
Not nice, people.
Actually, when I started doing henna, I started with that chemical henna, right? And I even worked with one of those stands here in Cancun in a plaza called Plaza La Isla. I was there like for around 2 years on and off, only on my vacationing time to get money and for a summer job. And it was really weird because there was like a stand next to where I worked where they use jaguar, which is like the natural alternative to black henna, right? And
Yeah.
they would like tell them, no, that's not real henna, ours is. And I was like, no, you're not. This is not real. And I would actually feel a little bit guilty, right, about what we were doing. But even though they knew that what they were using wasn't henna at all, they would still advertise it like that. So, and don't blame them because working here in Cancun, it's really hard. Even if you don't work at a hotel or a restaurant, you work something else, and it's very difficult to find like a job that pays you well enough to live a comfortable life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't blame
Yeah,
them
yeah.
from that part.
Okay, but I'm glad that is some people like you who wants to make people more conscious about that stuff. So that's good. Okay, tell me please, is henna is your only job, or maybe do you do some other stuff? And do you think it's possible to earn enough money for living from henna in Mexico, in Cancun?
I mean, I'm actually in college right now and I'm studying culinary arts, gastronomy. And well, I've done like a lot of things through my life. I've sold paintings. I've been a camera assistant at an event. I've worked for some events too, like organizing them. I even published myself as a marketing or like digital creator at some point, but mainly I've been doing henna, and I've been really blessed to be my only like source of income for the last 5 years, aside from my parents, right? Because I still live with them, but my own job and my own income comes from henna.
Yeah. I'm asking about this because I noticed that in Poland there is not that much people who want to have henna and who is interested in that. So there is already a few girls who are doing the henna business, and I'm always wondering if there is any place, any space for some other people to start this business. And I was wondering if your area in Mexico is a lot of small business like your company where you're working, or you are the only one?
I mean, when I started, I thought like I was the only one, right? Because I searched like online or Instagram like natural henna in Mexico, and there wasn't any other like the ones from the hotel things and stuff, which wasn't natural henna. But after I started working with this company, I realized that there were a lot of, well, not a lot, like 10 people here in the area doing henna, and most of us worked with the same company, with Lotomendi.
Okay.
But in Mexico in general, I don't know many other artists. Like I know there's some in like Guanajuato area or in Oaxaca, and I've been teaching a girl in San Cristobal de las Casas to make her own henna and to be able to offer that service for others, right? But as far as I know, there aren't many other henna artists. But since we live in a very small area, you either go with one of us or you find someone else, right? But we kind of all know each other now.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so for me, the most important question now, because I'm very, very curious about that. How do you feel to be a man in the henna world? Because as we already know, it's the girls' world. Like, it's a lot of girls. We actually have henna group on Facebook for Polish people.
Yeah.
And I checked that. I spent like 1 hour to check it, but we have 2,100 people there and only 5 guys in there. So it's not a lot. And I'm wondering, how is it for you? Maybe you don't see any difference in that. Maybe it's like nobody cares. How is it?
It's really fun, actually, or a little bit weird. When I started this, I knew that I was entering like a woman-dominated industry, and I was very proud of that. I was like, I'm so proud of all these women, all these girls that are able to control something, right? Because not many women can get to say this is a woman-dominated industry, right? And from a respectful point of view. So I opened myself to say, okay, I'm going to be as respectful as I can to every woman here, and they were so loving for me. They were like very intrigued as how a man wanted to do henna, right? And in the event, it's super, super fun actually, because I do wear makeup sometimes, like eyeliner, and I put some rhinestones around my eyes. And sometimes they think that I'm a girl because of my voice. It's not as low as other guys' voice. And they're like, oh, she's doing really great. And I have to tell them, like, I'm not a girl, I'm a guy. There was this one time that I was having a conversation with a guy that I was doing her henna. And he was like, hey, can I ask you like a very personal question? And I was like, yeah, shoot. And he was like, are you a boy or a girl? And I was like, I'm just hot. So it's really fun, actually. It's really fun. And actually, when I was starting with like brides with Lotomendi, I was really nervous because it's like when you're there and like the groom walks in and he sees you, he like, some of them feel like a little bit threatened, like, are you a boy? And he was like, yes. And what are you doing here? This is only for women, right? And it was like, well, I think henna is for everyone, and I'm just doing her service, right? So it's like a combination of like the sexism that it's inherent in every culture, right? But
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun, like people asking me how it feels, how does a man get interested in doing like such delicate work, and like educating them in some ways, like henna is for everyone, not only women can get it. Like if you want to do it, just do it. If you want to learn, obviously from a respect point of view, but it's really fun overall.
Okay, that's great. I was worried that you will say that you had some sad experience with that, but I'm glad you didn't. And do you have a lot of men clients? Because I already had opportunity to paint henna on 2 guys, one in Portugal and one in Poland, so it's not such big experience. And how it's in Mexico?
Okay, so in the events, well, mostly women are the one who get their henna done, but I've also had like men like lurking around, seeing what I'm doing, and I'm like, hey, do you want to get henna? And they're like, no, it's just for girls. And I'm like, do you see my hand? It's not for girls only. And it's like, okay, if you want to get something beside of flowers, I can do something for you, right? And there's like this style that I love it, which is like Moroccan, that has a lot of geometric, intricate patterns that people often see more as masculine than all the flowers, right? So that's what I do on them. I do some other styles like contemporary that fit them, and they actually like. It's funny. Last week I was doing like a service for one of the brides. I was doing the family mehendi, and the groom was like, hey, can you do mine? And I was like, yes, sure. And he was like, I've never gotten henna before, I'm so excited. And I did like so little on him. I only did like the palm and a little bit of the fingers, but he was so excited. He was like, I've never gotten henna, this feels so cool. Now I can do anything. Everyone has to feed me and do things for me. So it's really cool to see that things changing, right? That everyone is like caring less and less about if something is specifically for one gender, and just say, hey, if this is beautiful and I want it on me, I can get it. So yes, I do have male clients.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I always, when I'm posting something on my social media, I'm adding, guys, you are welcome here too. Even if some my posts are pink or something like this, but I'm always adding, guys, come, don't be afraid. We don't have to do only flowers, as you said.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And also you mentioned before that you learned some girl to do henna because she wanted to start her business in other city. And do you have some community of henna people in Mexico, or not only in Mexico, that you can relate to? You can speak about henna, maybe some Facebook group as we have in Poland? Or it's not like you do only separate some things?
I'm actually really proud to say that we are a big community. When I started doing henna, the person who got me into it, which is Darcy from Henna Lounge, and being Darcy, she's an amazing woman. She included me in a Facebook group called Henna Hub, which is now closed for a little bit of drama there, and which I don't want to get a lot into. But now, in 2018, I went to HennaCon in California, and I was able to meet so many other artists, including one called Catherine Lent from the U.S. And she's an amazing woman, and she's doing like this very important project called Henna Voices, and it's for all of the henna artists around the world, so we can have a better understanding of how many we are, like the different backgrounds and experiences of all. And I mean, when you search for henna artists in Instagram or in the in Google overall, you see like the top people and so many other artists, and some of them are really nice. They are really open to teach you about things and give you advice, and some of them are like, no, I'm just here for the money, and if you want to learn something from me, you have to pay, which is good in some kind of point. But I think that henna is like this open practice for all. And for example, she contacted me to learn how to mix it, if I could sell her some cones, and I was like, yeah, also if you want to learn anything or if you want me to help you with something, just let me know. Because henna is, I mean, I wasn't born into a culture that has henna. I was so blessed that have so many people that would teach me for free to give me advice, so why wouldn't I do the same thing? We are a community. We are all here to help each other grow, not to put us down under the other one just to earn some more money, right? So that,
Yeah, I think that some people may be afraid because not that much clients are interested in henna, so they are maybe can be afraid that if they will teach you something, they won't have that much clients, right? So, but yeah, you are right. I also learned from internet and from other people, because I also didn't born in the henna community, right? So it was exactly the same for me as for you. And I just think about it now. So why do you like henna? What do you love about henna?
okay, this is a very personal question for me, because since I was like a little kid, I was like a mess, a complete mess. I was doing everything, and here in Mexico we have like this saying that it goes like, uh, well, I can't remember it now, right? Because my mind is a mess. But
problem.
it's kind of like, it's called, I just forgot it. Okay, never mind. But the thing here is that I was doing a lot of things. I was drawing, even though I was really bad at it. I was singing, I was in a choir, and I was horrible at it. But in henna, I could find like a way to express myself, since everything like just comes naturally to some people. I started to feel really comfortable with henna. I was like, okay, so I can practice this and make something beautiful out of thin air, right? So I found a way to express myself, to be more open, to have a communication with people. Because when you sit with someone to make their henna, you I'm a firm believer of energies. So in every henna appointment, every people you sit across and do henna for them, you're exchanging the energy. You're exchanging like their trust to put something beautiful on their body, and something that will last like probably 1 week or two. But it's a perfect time to connect. When I'm in like the events and I see how much love is around, like around the bride, like she's doing like the mehndi on herself, or we're doing the mehndi on her, and she's just standing there, and everyone is around, like trying to keep her calm and making her laugh and feeding her, and just to see so much love and energy. That's why I love henna. Henna is like this space for everyone to be able to get something beautiful on them, and also to share experiences and bond with one another, in spite of like difficult relationships or like culture, or even like economic situations. Everything is just put aside to be present in the moment and get carried away by the experience. So that's why I like it so much.
Oh my god, that was so beautiful. Really. Yeah, it's also the same for me, but I like henna also because even if I not able to paint or draw anything, I can do henna.
Me too.
And
me
it's
too.
so great. Okay, so yeah, I think I already asked you about henna everything I wanted to know. But I have some other question to you. I was thinking about this a lot recently, and I'm wondering what's your response on it. So imagine if you wouldn't have to work or go to the college or do anything like this. What would you do in your life? Like, on what would you spend your free time? What do you think?
Okay, that's a really good question. I definitely love cooking. Cooking is something that it's very personal to me. I can remember like being a kid and being around my mom or my grandma and just like picking what they were doing in the kitchen. So I love cooking. I love traveling. My memories of traveling with my family are one of the fondest. With my parents, with my sister, with my grandparents, and my uncles and aunts. So I would be probably doing that and also being able to connect with many people. And doing henna for sure would be like something that I would be doing, even if it would be free, because it's very like fulfilling to be able to sit with someone and do something on them and talk with them while everything else is like apart from your mind, right? So I think that's what I would be doing.
Okay, yeah, I would do henna as well. I think I would sit on the square and I would put some big sign henna for free and I would be doing henna for everyone.
Yes.
Okay, and at the end, tell our listeners how hot is in your place now, because in Poland it's summer, it's very early summer and it's around 20 degrees, but in a few days it's supposed to be 5 again and raining and sunny and maybe snowing. So tell us to kill us how hot is in Mexico now.
Okay, I live in Cancun. It's a very beautiful place, but we hate the heat. I mean, we here have like this continuous like contest between everyone. Like, are you team cold or team hot, right? And I'm team cold 100% because here I'm right now under the AC because otherwise I will be sweating everywhere. My face, my arms, everything is sweating. I'm wearing this shirt because it's super light. I'm wearing shorts because it's super light. But overall, if you go out in the street, you can feel like the sun burning your skin, and you have to wear like 20 liters of sunblock a day, or else you get like really toasted and or red if you're white. So the cure for this heat is just go to the ocean, relax, and keep yourself cool.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was doing in Mexico, and I'm definitely hot team, and I would be able to sit in the heat all the time. But if you like cold, I would like to invite you to Poland. You would regret it instantly. Okay, Emmy, thank you so much. Maybe do you want to tell something at the end? I didn't ask you or anything.
I think that, well, for me and for your listeners, I think it would be very important to remark that you can admire something so much that you want to try it, but you might feel like scared or like you think that you won't be good at it. But I just want you to say to give yourself the opportunity to practice, to make mistakes, because mistakes are the thing that we learn from that help us grow, and just be like really respectful when you enter this practice. Learn, educate yourself, and mostly have fun. Have fun with everything that you're doing, and be open to learn from many other people, and give yourself the chance to experience it. That's what I would say to everyone.
That's a great message. I'm saying this to everyone as well because that was great. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope see you maybe in Mexico again.
We'll be waiting.